Hi, this is Tamika with Patience Pumpkin Pie, and I'm here with a video for the YouTube Collab Loop group. So the YouTube Collab Loop group is a group formed and managed by Lisa Marie, who is at Creatively Lisa Marie on social media. And with this group, it is a group of content creators who get together weekly, and they're given a different theme each week, and then you get to see how each content creator interprets that theme for themselves. And so the theme that we have this week is budgeting. So that's what I'm going to be working with in a second here. But the way the loop works is that you will start a video. We ask that as you watch each video, you show some love, you like, you comment, you subscribe, share. All of those things help bring visibility to the video and also to that creator's channel. And when you have completed each video, if you go in the description box below, you will find the link that will take you to the next video. And you will just keep circulating through the videos until you get back to where you started. And that's when you know you've completed the loop. So again, the theme this week is budgeting. And I kind of fought with what I was going to do for this theme because I was doing some budgeting videos, and I haven't been doing as many videos as I used to because one, I'm tired when I get home. I'm just tired. And then two, I just didn't really want to go into my personal budget like that too much right now. But I'm considering going to see Mariah Carey again. I've seen her 3 times before. I saw her last year for her Christmas tour, and this year she's going to do a residency in Vegas. So even after I went to the Christmas tour last year, she still did a residency in Vegas, and I was supposed to go to that and I didn't. So I'm thinking maybe I will go this year. I really don't have a lot of time to decide, so I just want to kind of budget how much it will cost me, lay out my options. There are 2 different dates that I'm considering going, and so I'm just gonna base the budgeting off of that. Let's see. And then I thought I'd decorate this with some Christmas stickers. So I pulled out the Live Love Posh Posh Christmas. So let's see. It's going to be the Christmas Time in Vegas tour is what it is. So let's just see. I'm not a great hand lettering person, but I like to give it a shot when I can. And I'm really not good with my capital letters because I don't practice those as much. I'm mainly practicing lowercase all the time. But yeah. So I thought I'd make me Christmas. I really don't know how to do the capital T. I have a picture of it in front of me right now, and I'll do the best that I can. Considering my name starts with a T, you think I'd practice that enough. So we have Mariah Carey's Christmas Time in Vegas. So there are 2 different dates that I'm considering. All right. And just so that I can use some of my other stickers, because you know we tend not to use our things, I'm going to also pull this Live Love Posh Functionally Noir book as well. It's a book with a lot of basic stuff in it. If you're interested in any of these things from Live Love Posh, I do have an affiliate link that you could shop with that is in the description box, and I would be greatly grateful for your use of that link. Let's see. So I'm looking at I'm looking at a date in November, and then I'm also looking at a date in December. So let me pull these stickers. And so things do vary a little bit in cost based on that. And now let's get some dates. So I'm looking at November the 29th, and if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't looked at a calendar to confirm, but if I'm not mistaken, that is the weekend after Thanksgiving. That's what I think. And then I'm also looking at December the 13th, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the weekend after we break for our Christmas break at work. So that's what I believe. Okay. So there are a couple of things I want to consider. So first off is the ticket price. So the concert ticket, I looked at possibly doing VIP, y'all. It is outrageous. Like, the price for VIP is literally outrageous. And it would cost me like $3,000, because the VIP tickets, you have to get them in sets of 2. And so I would have to get 2, and I would have to take somebody with me. And that's like over $3,000 with all the taxes and fees and insurances, because I buy insurance on like concert tickets just in case. So yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of money. And then VIP doesn't mean you get to see Mariah. So I don't think it's worth it. So I decided not to do that. And based on November to December, there was more like a $10 difference at the most. So not much difference for the concert ticket. So the concert ticket itself is about $650. So let's go ahead and grab a box for that. So let's see. Concert ticket is 600. Well, I was going to put that in a box. You know what? I'm going to get a smaller box. It's $650 regardless of when I go. And you're probably thinking that is very expensive for the concert ticket. Let me explain to you why it's going to be that costly. One, I like good seats. I'm sorry. If I'm going to go to see somebody like Mariah, I want good seats. And the 3 times that I've seen her, I've gotten some pretty decent seats. Now, the first time, not so much compared to the other 2 times. The last time I saw her, I had floor seats. I was in the back on the floor, towards the back, but I still had floor seats. So yeah, I like good seats at a concert, especially if it's an artist that I really, really love. So yeah. So either way, that's going to be $650. So then we have the more expensive purchases, which are flight and hotel, things like that. So she's going to be at the Dolby Live or something like that. And the Park MGM is the closest hotel, which is a very premier hotel. So it's a little more costly. So what I did is I looked at the price ranges for all of that, as opposed to just staying somewhere on the strip that's a little less expensive, or staying in the proximity. If I were to do this and go alone, I definitely need to be in the proximity, and I will pay for that extra cost just to be in the proximity when traveling alone. I would definitely spend that kind of money. All right, so let's now look at the cost for the flight. So the flight, impressively, is not as much as I was thinking, but that's considering that I make my purchases like right away, you know? So So if I go in November, my flight would be anywhere from $120 to $180 approximately. But if I do December, it's going to be a little more. 150 to about 230. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm going to come down a little bit. Let me add some stickers before I come with the rest here. I don't know what I want to go with. Should we go with these? I don't know. I just grabbed this book. I didn't even look to see if there was anything in particular I wanted to use out of here. I don't know why it seems like I'm about to lose my voice again. I do not have time for that. I'm going to use these. I'm trying to use the rest on this page here. Yeah, I don't have time to be losing my voice again. Nope, I don't. That was not fun a couple of months ago when I was dealing with that. Okay, so we'll put that there. And I'm going to put this girl right there. Oh, that's too big. So can't use that. Well, it's too big for that space. Let me put it that way. It's too big for that space, so we won't use it. But yeah, so what was I just saying? I don't even remember. I got sidetracked by that sticker. But yeah, oh, my voice. So my voice, yeah, my voice is like, it's going away again. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But anyways, so yeah, $650. You're probably thinking, girl, are you crazy? I would pay $1,300 for VIP if I got to see Mariah. Like, hell yeah, I would pay that to see her. That's a once in a lifetime thing. But that package does not include getting to see Mariah, so it's not worth it for me. Let's see. Next thing is the hotel, which is always the most expensive cost when traveling, I think. So the hotel, as I stated, those prices are going to differ based on if I stay in the proximity or if I were to stay further out on the strip. Yeah. Now, you may not be a Mariah Carey fan, but let me tell you, even if you're not, if you have not listened to that new album, you need to do so. You need to do so. Believe me, you will not be disappointed. Usually when I get a Mariah Carey album, I can just listen to it back to back, over and over and over and over and over. This one is so emotional that it's kind of hard to listen to it over and over and over, because there's a few songs on there that just, you're just gonna cry. Like, you're just gonna cry. You can tell that some of the songs were written for her mom that passed away, and it's heavy. Some of it's kind of heavy. But yeah. All right, now next I'm gonna do totals. And I really need to make a decision, and I need to make a decision quickly. And here's the other thing, y'all. I hate to fly. When I tell you I absolutely hate to fly, and I think it's so much cheaper to travel by vehicle if you can. It's just cheaper. I'm just saying. I hate to fly. Oh God, I hate it. So if I go this route for November with that ticket price, let me move that kind of more central. if I, ooh, I almost poked myself with that. What was I saying, y'all? Jesus Lord, this perimenopausal crap. I can't remember crap anymore. And I always remember stuff. If I go this route, that's what I was saying. I think that's what I was saying. So if I go this route, it's going to be anywhere from 920 to 1,050. You're still probably cringing like, what? When I told you I've seen her 3 times. And forget the fact that I'm a fan, because if it wasn't worth my money, I still wouldn't go back. Fan or not, I can listen to your music from afar. Every concert has been absolutely worth the time, the money, the distance, okay? Because nobody comes to San Antonio. Nobody I ever really care to see comes to San Antonio. So the first time I saw her, I flew all the way to Atlanta, Georgia. I'd never been out of Texas. I'd never been on a plane, but it was one of the few concerts where she was going to be performing on the weekend. And so I bought the ticket for that. It was worth everything, every mile, every penny, everything. Okay. Then the second time I saw her was in Houston, which wasn't bad. Not much of a drive for me. And that concert tour was a very intimate concert tour. And she did smaller venues, and she even let her fans pick the majority of the playlist for that concert. And then the third time that I just saw her, she was even closer. I just realized she gets closer and closer to me. But she ain't ever coming here. I promise you, she'll never come to San Antonio. But yeah, so can I fit this here? I really want to use a sticker, but I just don't know. Ooh, it does fit there. How nice is that? But yeah, the last time I saw her, which was last November, she was in Austin, Texas, which is a hop, skip, and jump up the road, like a little bit over an hour drive, depending on the traffic. Let me tell you what pissed me off about that concert. Not the concert itself. Leaving Austin was a hot mess. They had I-35 down to 1 lane. What made y'all think that was a good idea the weekend of a Mariah Carey concert? What made y'all think that was a good idea? You know a lot of people were going to be traveling to and from San Antonio. What made you think it was a good idea? So even though we got out of the concert around 10-ish, 10:15, didn't get home till after 1 a.m. because we got stuck in 1 lane, back-to-back traffic on I-35. If you live in Texas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I-35 is a mess when all the lanes are open. So imagine 1 lane. Yeah, I was not happy. And then we, made a little pit stop to Buc-ee's on the way home. Because by the time you have sat in your car that long, you gotta pee. And what's the best place to go pee? Buc-ee's. So yeah, that was the worst part of that concert, was the ride home. Otherwise, everything was amazing. Amazing. She came out on a giant snowflake. And yes, the mic was on. Yes, she was singing live. All you critics, whatever. So yeah, it was awesome. And that concert was so awesome, that Christmas concert, that I considered going back a few days later to the Houston one. Like, that's how good it was. I paid $250, I think, per ticket for floor seats. So after fees and all that stuff, it's probably around $500-600. Probably, but that was for 2 tickets. This cost is just for 1 ticket. So yeah, it's a big difference being in Vegas. But yeah, it was so good, y'all. I started to go back to the Houston concert. Like, no joke. I really heavily considered it. But I just didn't want to spend that kind of money again. But it was so worth it. Like, I should have went back to the Houston one. I really should have, because it was so good. Like, it was just so good. Yes. But yeah, so this is what I'm looking at. These are my possible. So this is what the budget would look like. This does not include nails because I would have to get my feet done, you know, get my hair done if it's time for that, and an outfit. So that's not budgeting in those things. So if I were to budget in those things, that would probably be about an additional, let's just say about an additional $250 if I were to budget in those things. So it's steep. Is it worth it? Hell yeah. I've been to her concerts. I know, I don't know. I've never experienced what some people claim they've experienced where, no, every concert I've been to for her has been amazing. Absolutely amazing. And like I said, I'm not going to just say that because I'm a fan, because if it ain't worth my money, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. But every single one has been absolutely worth it. And I would definitely go see her again. But I just need to decide if I'm definitely going to do it. So that's where I'm at right now. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Now, keep in mind who Mariah is. She's an icon. She's a legend. 35 years in the game. And she still doesn't charge as much as some of these other people that don't have an inkling of the talent that she does. She has always tried to make things affordable for her fans. And I love that about her. I love that. I love that we're not being robbed to go see her. Now, I do think the VIP should come with something from Mariah, an autograph, something, even if I don't get to see her, but nothing like that is included. So that's the only reason I'm not doing VIP. Otherwise I would have no problem spending that money, because I know otherwise it would be worth it. But for me, with nothing personal from her or without seeing her, it's just not worth it for me. But yeah, these are my options. I am leaning towards the November date only because travel around this time is really crazy. The closer you get to the holidays, and the hotel costs can really jump during this time. The only good thing is I would need one night. I would want to get there the morning of the concert and leave out the next morning. That way I'm not spending a bunch of money. And you might think, well, who goes to Vegas and just turns around and leaves? Somebody that's been to Vegas several times already. That's who. I've done Vegas many times, and I don't know that there's anything else that Vegas has to offer to me other than Mariah. So comment below, let me know what you think. If you were to go, which of these dates would you pick? If I could find somebody to drive me to Vegas, that would be even better, and I would not dare pay for a flight. I absolutely hate to fly. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So if I could find a way to drive there, or find somebody to help me with the driving there, that's what I would do. But the flip side of the driving is I would probably have to stay 2 nights somewhere. Probably make a stop somewhere on the way to Vegas. Now, my bestie will drive straight to the West Coast nonstop. I don't think that I could do that. I would need to get me some sleep. But if I had somebody helping me drive, I could do it. I could do it. But let me know what you think. I'm excited to see her in concert again. And especially now that she's got the new album out, because I know that she's probably going to sing some of the stuff from the new album. And I would love to hear some of that live. I think that's probably the main thing driving my desire right now to go see her again. But if I was one of those rich people and I could just follow her everywhere, well, hell, I would. But I don't have money like that. I don't have money like that. But see, these are things that we can budget for too. Budgeting does not always have to be about bills and savings. You can budget for things that you want to do. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm looking at all my options, budgeting how much it's going to cost me, and then trying to determine if I'm going to go, and if so, what date. And then if I'm going to go, I know that I need to start booking flights, booking hotels as well. So that's what I have for you for this week's theme. Also, remember, click the link in the description box below to get to the next video. Then there's also a link in the description box below if you want to purchase anything from Level Up Posh. And my discount code will also work for anything other than a Posh box set or bundle. But yeah, again, shout out to Lisa Marie for managing the Loop group. We appreciate all the hard work you do with that. And guys, don't forget to slay. Subscribe, like, and accept the alerts so you don't miss any videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.